You know, recently I had one of my students ask me, Mr. G, why do you always wave like this? And the truth is, I'm not really waving. It's an alligator saying hello, obviously. You know, all the other teachers have mascots for their rooms. For example, the fourth graders have got beavers and foxes and bears. Oh my. But for the art students, our mascot is the alligator. In fact, for our art club last year, that was our logo, the alligator. So if you're an artist, and I know you're an artist, I'm giving you the secret wave that is just for artists. And if you're ever walking down the hall or you see somebody and you're not sure if they're an artist, well, just say hello. If they say hello back, well, then you know that they're an artist. So if you're an artist and you're ready, we'll get started. Well, we've completed the first step in making our snowman out of clay, which is basically taking 3 snowballs and stacking them on top of each other, something that we've probably done hundreds of times with snow, but this may be the first time that you've tried it with clay. But whether you've done it before or not, we're ready to proceed. And we're going to start by taking our clay snowman out of the plastic bag, and we're going to do it very, very carefully. Every time that we work with our snowman, we want to be very, very gentle with him. So very carefully, right now, take your snowman out of the bag. When you do, you may see that your snowman has got a little smile on him because he's so happy to see you. And that smile is going to disappear if you squish him. So whenever you're working with your snowman, very, very carefully, hold him in one hand and add clay with the other hand. Try not to squish him. I know it's going to be tempting because sometimes when you're thinking so much about what you're doing with this hand, you forget that you're squeezing so hard. The clay is still very soft, so if you squeeze him too hard, he's going to get all smushed and ruined. Once you've taken your clay out, you may set him on the table, press the bottom snowball down just a little bit, just enough so that he still sits flat on the table. If you've done that, you're going to take your toothpick and you're going to very carefully draw the rest of his face. And all I'm going to do at this point is put a little dot where his nose is and another little dot for each eye. They don't have to be very big because this isn't actually his nose. It's not actually his eyes. It's just showing me where I'm going to put his eyes and his nose. And again, I'll put that a little bit closer so you can see. All I did was I took my toothpick and I put a little dot for his nose and 2 little dots for his eyes. Don't do anything more than that because we're going to add clay to his eyes and his nose to complete his face. So take your toothpick now and go ahead and give your snowman a smiley face. After I've completed his face with my toothpick, I'm going to take a tiny little piece of blue clay, and it's very, very tiny. So it may be hard to work with, but it's really all the clay that we need. I'm going to give you a tiny piece of clay, and when I do, I want you to break it in half. So I've given you a piece of clay that is, like I said, very tiny, and when I give it to you, the first thing I want you to do is break it in half, even though it seems like it's already very, very tiny. See how tiny it is? I'm going to make it even smaller by breaking it in half, and I want to make both pieces the same size. So if I look and I ask myself, which piece is bigger? Well, if I can't tell which piece is bigger, then guess what? That's what I want. I'm going to smush them up into little balls of clay, two little blue snowballs, and I'm going to put these little balls of clay right where his eyes are. And now he's got two blue eyes. Now I keep saying he has got two blue eyes and he has got a smile on his face. Maybe your snowman is a snow girl. And if that's the case, well, then she has got blue eyes. So go ahead, and if you haven't done it yet, go ahead and put two blue eyes on your snowman with little teeny tiny pieces of clay. And I'll wait. After we've added two pieces of clay for his eyes, he still needs a piece of clay right in the middle of his face. And what's that going to be? His nose. And what color should it be? That's right. Should be orange because it's actually going to represent what? An apple? Does he have an apple for a nose? Does he have a pineapple for his nose? A rutabaga? No. He's got a carrot for his nose. So I'm going to give you a little teeny tiny piece of clay because that's all you need. And you're going to put it right on that dot that you made just so that it's a little ball of clay right in the middle of his face. Now, if I wanted to, I could leave it like a little ball of clay, and that's pretty cute. But if we want it to look like a carrot, I'm just going to pinch the end of it just a little bit. We don't want it long and skinny because that's going to look like a witch nose. We don't want a snowman or a snow girl to look like a witch. So I'm just going to pinch it a little bit so that it's still round in the front, but it's got a little bit of a point. So it looks like a carrot now. And now he or she has got a cute little snow person face on. I'm going to give you another little small piece of blue clay, and I want you to do the same thing. I want you to break it right in half, because all you need are two tiny little pieces. Again, even though it's already very tiny, you're going to break it again so it becomes even more tiny. And I'm going to take this blue clay and I'm going to put it right on the front of my snowman so that it looks like my snowman has got buttons. Now, if you don't want to put buttons on your snowman, you don't have to. If you want to put 3 buttons on your snowman, well, then you have to break your clay into 3 pieces instead of 2 pieces. But whatever you want to do, if you've got that little piece of clay that's blue and you want to put buttons on your snowman, go ahead and do that. And if you don't want your buttons, you don't have to. Well, already our snowman is already finished, but he still needs a hat, or she needs a hat. So I'm going to give you a little piece of clay to put a hat on your snowman. And you can have blue or you can have pink. And I'll see if I have other colors. I know that I will have at least blue and pink. If I have other colors, you can tell me that you want another color. And if I don't, well, then you can go with blue or you can go with pink. I'll do my best to make more colors, but if I don't have them, we're just going to have to do the best with what we have. I'm going to give you a little ball of clay. And when I do, you're going to take it and form it into a little hat shape, basically like a Hershey's Kiss. We've all seen this at Hershey's Kiss, right? So I'm going to show you now how to make a little clay ball and turn it into a Hershey's Kiss, which is actually going to be a hat. You can see my snowman is eagerly waiting for his hat or her hat. So I'm going to take this clay, I'm going to push it down on the table so that the bottom of the clay is flat. And as I do that, I'm going to take the top part of the clay and I'm going to pinch it in my hands until it comes to a point. Now I don't need to pinch it too much. It doesn't have to be a long, long pointy hat, just a little bit of a point. When it's flat on the bottom and it's round all the way around, just like a Hershey's Kiss, and I've pinched the top part of it to a point, well, now my hat looks like a Hershey's Kiss and it's ready to put on top of my snow person. I'll put it down and then I can just kind of press all the way around, and now my snow person has got a hat. If you want to, you can actually have it flopping a little bit off to the side, but you don't have to. You can have it pointing straight up if you want to. And in fact, if you don't want it to be a point, if you just want to make it round without a point, you can do that also. But whatever kind of shape you want to make your hat, go ahead and take that little piece of clay that I'm giving you and do it now. Well, our little clay face, our little clay belly, and our little clay hat look pretty cute, but we're gonna add one more detail to the hat with another piece of clay that I'm gonna give you, and it's gonna be just a little pom-pom. If you don't want a pom-pom in your hat, you don't have to. But I'm gonna give you a little piece of clay, and if you want to, all you have to do is put the little piece of clay on the end of his hat or her hat, and then our snowman has got a little pom-pom on the end of her hat or his hat. And just like that, our hat is finished. I don't think he needs a hat to keep his head warm. I mean, his head is made out of snow after all. But just because he's made out of snow doesn't mean he can't be styling. And that hat, the pom-pom, now he's looking good. He's got a hat. He's got 2 eyes so he can see us. He's got a carrot nose so he can smell. He's got a mouth so he can smile at us. But he can't completely express himself because he doesn't have arms. So we're going to add arms onto him now. And if you look closely at your snowman, along the side, you're going to see 2 little dots that show where the arm goes. So when we take our pipe cleaner, we want to put it right in those dots, right at the top part of the middle snowball. Think about where your arms come out. They don't come out of the middle of your body. Look at your body. The arms come out right at the top. So when you put his pipe cleaner arm in his body, don't put it in the middle of his body like that. Put it way up at the top where that dot is. Now he's got arms. He can wave hello. He can put his hands on his hips if he's got a little bit of attitude. He can dance. Or he can just put his arms out if he's ready to give us a hug or just let us know that he's happy to see us. But whatever kind of pose you want to put your pipe cleaners in to show your snowman's expression, go ahead and take your 2 pipe cleaners and put them in the snowman's middle snowball to give him arms. Go ahead and do that now. And now our snow person has everything that a snowman or a snow girl needs. A hat, a face, arms, and a little attitude. I hope you like your snowman as much as I like mine. I hope you enjoyed making your snowman. And I hope that you look forward to working on the next project together. But until we get together again, stay creative, stay safe, stay cougar strong. We'll see you soon.